Good afternoon, please your name.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm in the person of Bawa Zakaria Abdullah, a regional communication team member of NDC.
Okay, sir. You are welcome to GH Nation TV.
Thank you.
It has been a month now since His Excellency John Dramani Mahama assumed office. How do you assess his performance now?
Thank you very much. So far, so good. I'm happy to say I'm pleased with the current happening in the country, in the sense that we have made a pledge or a promise to the good people of Ghana that within a certain period of time, there are certain actions that are supposed to be taken when we assume office. And indeed, based on that promises, His Excellency, the nation builder, John Dramani Mahama, is sticking to the pledge that he has made to the good people of Ghana. And that is what we are witnessing within just this 1 month when he assumed office, by trying to take some drastic measures in order to reset the country back to progress and back to prosperity, and make sure that the economy is turned around. And that is why you have seen that during these days he was able to form so many committees. One has to do with the economic dialogue forum that he has organized or he has formed. You could see that also he has tasked the education minister to also do a stakeholder engagement with everybody that is within the education sector. We have seen that they have incorporated Education Watch, which is a think tank, which are part of those committees to look at so many issues that will help to address the educational sector with regards to even the free senior high school. And you have seen that even within these 30 days in office, the issues that has to do with even the feeding challenges that the students are facing, he has taken a drastic measures whereby he started with the food that has been left at the warehouse at Tema. He made the military to make sure that all those foods are deployed as a measure to address those food challenges. And also he has tasked the various head of institutions to make sure that they procure food for the good people of Ghana, particularly the students. So you see that he has taken so many issues with regards to those challenges within the educational sector. And you could see that within even the 30 days, when it comes to issues of, let's say, the legal issues, those who were being persecuted by those previous administration based on 1 or 2 issues that they have with the previous administration, the current Attorney General, who is from the region, and we are proud of him based on his legal prowess, he has assessed the merits of those cases, and he has realized that they are unfounded, they are baseless, they are without merit, and for that matter, he has to withdraw all those issues so that he will be able to concentrate on the wastages and the issues that need to be addressed by the current government, particularly with those kind of oral that we have already promised, by trying to make sure that all those looted funds are being recovered. And you could see that recently the oral committee were able to present their evidence to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, which was also forwarded to the Attorney General for necessary actions to be taken. And very, very soon, and I mean very soon, you see a lot of actions to be taken with that regards. You could see that the perception index keep on deteriorating in the country. And these are stock measures that will help to regain our image on the corruption perception index. And I believe and have the confidence in the Attorney General to do the needful so that we'll go back to the path of progress when it comes to perception on corruption. So I think His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is on track, is doing the right things, and almost every Ghanaian is happy with the speed with which he's taking this country to. And within the period that he has been given to govern this country, I think so many things will happen and the Ghanaian public will be happy with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
You were talking about education.
Yes.
Recently, there is a rumor going around that this administration is going to cancel the nurses' allowance and the teachers' allowance.
Yeah.
Is that true? And if that is true, how do you assess that?
You see, with regards to the nursing and teacher training allowances, the Minister of Education has made it clear that for now, there is supposed to be a stakeholder engagement. He wasn't categorical about he cancelling those allowances, but he's saying that there is going to be a stake engagement to see the way forward, because already the government of the day has already promised these teacher trainees or those students who are supposed to go to the tertiary institution, they will be taken care of within the first year. That's why we say we are bringing the free user academic fees. So all their fees within even the first years, which was even a challenge to them, will be taken care of and they will be paid. And even the Minister of Education has made it emphatically, even those who have even gone within this academic year, all their monies will be refunded. So if their monies will be refunded, they will look at a mode whereby they will enhance the loan scheme, because all this year has to take a policy directions and make sure that everything is in the right direction before they will not even take the other step, whether there's a need for them to cancel those allowances or not. We are not there yet, unless there's a stakeholder engagement. So if those in the education sector see that there's a need for them to take away those things and enhance the loan scheme, then that one will be that. For now, there's no any concrete decision that has been taken by the government as to cancel those allowances. No, it's only giving a clue as to what to be done after the stakeholder engagement. Before now, a decision will be taken whether it will be cancelled or not to be cancelled. But for now, there's no any concrete decision as to cancel it. We said we are going to review the education sector, and those stakeholders will give us the way forward as to what to do with either to cancel it or not to cancel it. Until those stakeholder engagement has been done, for now we can't say on authority whether it will be cancelled or not.
Also, before election, there were a lot of brouhaha about Stop Galamsey now, and some people were arrested. Even Oliver was part of those who were arrested.
Yes.
The current Attorney General has, let me say, dropped the case.
Yes.
Is it proper?
I think it's in the right direction, because under the Constitution, there is what we call freedom of speech. Though we know freedom of speech has limitations, but they are advocating for our water bodies, our forests, and all those things to be protected. And you could see the previous administration whereby they gave an executive instrument whereby people can go and mine in even our forest reserve. And you see all those things that made the democracy have to protest and make sure that we save our water bodies. You understand? So for that matter, if people are advocating for the needful to be done, I don't think there's a need for us to prosecute them. And you could see that even when we start to arrest them, most of their fundamental human rights were abused. Some of them were detained, they were arrested, they were in prison for more than even the 48 hours that the law permits. And you see all these things are violations of their human rights, which I think wasn't right. And for that matter, when the Attorney General, this current Attorney General, look at the merit of the case, he said it is unjustified. And for that matter, there's a need for them to be to be freed. Because even the previous administration couldn't even justify why there's a need for them to be prosecuted, because there's no any justification, because anything that you are going to do is prove beyond reasonable doubt. And those merit of those cases have not been proven that what they have done is actually something that they must be prosecuted. They are now advocating for the right thing to be done by the government. And I don't think we should take that one as a yardstick to be prosecuting people and violating their human rights. And I think what the Attorney General has done is the right thing to do, and by freeing them, every Ghanaian, even His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has even said those who were silenced in those previous administration cannot criticize because they were fear of persecution, because when they voice out whatever they think is wrong within the administration, he is calling upon them. They can come back and continue to make constructive criticism of his administration, and he's welcoming all those things. And for that matter, I think what the Attorney General has done is the right thing to do, and all those that their fundamental human rights are being abused, I think they must even be compensated for that, because you could see that a woman was even among them, a child who was even innocent, all of them, they were arrested. And for that matter, I think the current Attorney General must also look at what the compensation package to be given to those people that their human rights were abused, and I think it is justified.
Okay, so you made mention of Team Aura.
Yes.
So do you think the Aura is one of the instruments that can be adapted by the country to measure or to hold our leaders accountable?
Well, you see, with the Aura, it's part of our manifesto promise, which we sold to Ghanaians as a way of trying to deal with corruption in our society or in our country. And Ghanaians have already agreed with what we said we are going to do when it comes to the Aura. And you realize that even with the Aura, there is a presentation that has been made by the chairman of the Aura team, the Honorable Samuel Okujato Ablakwa. He told Ghanaians that at least about 50 properties were being saved as a result of their work. Can you imagine if this oral team was not put in place? It means that people's properties could have been vandalized, or state property could have been vandalized, and Ghanaians would not even be aware of these things. People were prompted based on the website and the toll-free number that they have given. They were able to act on it, and you could see that some of them were even saying that it is illegal, but they were able to justify it based on the Whistleblower Act. You understand? They were able to save this nation, and even the evidence that they have gathered, they are saying that even with it, if the Attorney General is able to pursue it, we are going to rake an amount of not less than $20 billion, not even cities, $20 billion, which is more than 3 times or 4 times the money that we have even gone to seek from IMF. I think if we go by this evidence that they have gathered, I think it will save this country, and I think it's even the first leg. And the government is passionate about this Aura, and the Attorney General will pursue it, and I think it will help this country. And I think they should pursue with it, they should continue with it, and those who are found culpable, they should be made to suffer the consequences. They should make sure that they retrieve those funds and prosecute them as well. And I think when they continue with it, it will save the image of this country.
Also, coming to Upper Asia, Bolka Central particular, one of the people they were thinking is Isaac Adongo.
Yes.
Probably that the government may appoint him in one of his ministerial positions,
yes,
but it turns otherwise. Do you have a comment on that?
Yeah, actually, you see, when it comes to governance, you realize that per the promise of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he promised to appoint 60 ministers. He doesn't want to go beyond 60 ministers. You understand? And when you look at those who are already part of the finance committee when we were in opposition, you could see that all of them are competent to occupy said positions, and Honorable Isaac Adongo equally qualified. But as they say, few are chosen and some are called. If I quote it rightly, you understand? But that doesn't mean that he's not qualified, and they are equally important position for him to occupy. Not necessarily a minister, he has already been as a ranking member in terms of finance. You understand? And they are equally important positions which he will occupy. And I don't think, even without him being a finance minister, he cannot play his role very well. He could equally play his vital role in parliament. And I don't think all of them will just be what? Will leave parliament. And who will be there to be a spokesperson when it comes to debate in parliament, when it comes to committee that are supposed to be chaired in parliament? If all of them, the good ones, should leave, who will do that? I think it's a strategic move, and some of them will be in parliament and they will still equally play the finance role even in parliament. And I hope and believe that he will even be there and play those vital roles, because even if he's even make a finance or ranking member of finance, I think he will still work with the finance ministers. He will even work in even most of what the committees that will be formed, and he will equally be on so many boards that will equally serve a better position for the good people of Bolga, not only a finance minister. But I think what he needs to do is that he should try and use his powers to lobby for development, even if you are not a minister, but based on your party being in government, he can still lobby. He has a good relationship with the current finance minister, and all of them, he can still lobby and get development for the good people of Bolgatanga. And that is why we have sent him to parliament to lobby for development. And if he's able to do that, I think the good people of Bolgatanga Central will be happy with him. Rather, even being a minister and is not able to bring development. The most important thing we need is what? Development. He should be able to what? Lobby with the powers that be, so that he bring development to the good people of Bolgatanga. That is the most important thing that we are looking up to him.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.